Hi everyone and welcome back to our Python programming series. So today we'll be talking about the variables and the data types. So those are the fundamental parts of coding in Python and are essential for performing calculations and managing data in our Python program. So now let's get started. First of all, let me explain what are variables. So a variable is a simple way to store data that you can use and manipulate data. You can think of a variable like a label box that falls above. And in Python, you create a variable by accessing a value to a name using the sign. So today I'm using the example of assigning value to variables. Okay, so first of all, I'm defining for here the name is equal to, so I am including the name of Alice. Then I'm including for the Alice, age is 25, and also including for the Alice, height is 4.6 inch. Okay, so here this example is created those three variables like name, age, and the height, storing a different type of data like name for is an integer, and the height block is Python is a type, and that means it doesn't have the clear and the data that is explicit. Okay, so knowledge from this code, you can see here the first of all I'm not just define this brain function. Okay, so properly using, so now just type in the print function, and first of all I'm print here the name print. Secondly, apply again the print function and properly print for in this page, and also including here again another print function, and this inside the including this height. Okay, so now just I'm again running this phone and see the result. First of all, this person name is Alex, the person age is 25, and the person height is 5.6. Okay, so the Python figured that out based on the value you assign. Okay, yes, done. And now it's perfectly completing those variables. The next topic part is operators. First of all, we explain the operators. So operator L was to perform the different type of operations on variables like addition, subtraction, and the comparisons. And in this Python operation fell into several categories such as authentic, assignment, and comparison, and the logic. So today, first of all, I'm using and just go over the most common operators you will use in Python. Okay, so now, first of all, here I'm applying a arithmetic operators. Okay, so now just here, first type the variables is equal to 10. Okay, then define the b variable of 5. And now here this type for the condition is the addition to equal to clear the a additional operator for b variable. Okay, so here I'm just using the space because it is next step. We have to type for a subtraction is equal to a subtraction for b variable, and again using here is a multiplication. Okay, is equal to type for a multiplication operator for b. Next I'm using here is a perfectly correct division is equal to a divide for b variable. Okay, so you can see here is perfectly using this array commit operation to perform this calculation between two numbers. And this will be the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division in action. Okay, so next I'm using the split function. First of all, I'm printing for here is addition value. Next I'm printing here the subtraction value. Alright, next one, apply this print function, and including here is the multiplication, and the fourth line I'm apply is a division. Okay, so here we properly define, and you can see here is select both raw and few example too. So now let's see the output. And so you can see here, first is the print the additional value for 15 subtraction by 5 multiplication 50. And the division here is 2.0. Okay, that's because it's completely working star. Okay, now let's go to another example. So now here I am using this simple example called calculating the area of rectangle. And this example, just calculating the area of rectangle, uses variables to store the values of the length and the width of the star operator to find the area. Okay, so now just using this symbol, I have another example. Poster column defined for here is the length, and this is the equal to the length is the text. So now I'm using the complete alphabet with the equal to 5, and also here I'm typing area, like creating this equation. Poster column defined is lit and multiplication sign for the width. So now I'm using this print function, and inside the poster column type method, we can see here I type for the area of the rectangle is, and including here the symbol of the area. Okay, in this example, simply using this length and the width are our variable, and calculate the area by multiplying them. And when you run this code, the Python is output the area of the rectangle. So you can see here, just click on this run icon, I'm going to say our output here, and area of the rectangle, the value you can pick. That means it's completely and perfectly working. Now just I'm going for this another operator using this comparison operator. So now let's see an example using this comparison operator. This operator helps compare two values and return either true or false. And let's say we want to check if a number is even or odd. And now let's apply. So just to remove this output and here do this example for checking if a number is even. So first of all, define this variable name is a number is equal to value for 10, and here I'm using this another variable for the event is equal to, first of all, I'm going to declare this number as a model in int and equal to 0. And now I'm using this simple print function, and this insert constant as a method is number event. Okay. And then apply this comma and then declare this variable is event, and you can see here is perfectly this model operator to find the reminder when this number is divided by 2 and it's 0. The number is given, the result is stored in the isEven variable and printed as true or false. Okay, so now let's see. You can see here properly if the number is even is true because the even number is perfectly printed here. Okay, it's done. So now I'm just also using the another example for using the logic operator. Okay, so for our final example, let's use this logic operator to check multiple of conditions. Logical operators like and or and not. So let's use this, let us combine conditions. So now this example for checking multiple condition with logical operator. Okay, so first of all, I will define a variable name of age is equal to 20. Then I am applying for has a permission. Okay, so you can see it perfectly as a permission. True. And the next point here I'm typing is can underscore is a which is equal to define, including the variable is what has been provided for 18. And using this, the operator and also type of has permissions. Now using this symbol of green function and use the inside and get the message for the first song on the boat. Okay. Okay, then declare for here if the handboarding is visible. And you can see this template example. You can use this here indeed and operator to check if it's 18 or older. If the person has permission, the both condition must be true or handboard to be true. Okay, so now let's see the output here. So as you can see here, it's properly printing the output, so you can person know that is truth. What is that? Okay, that is for two tutorial. Today we learned how to create variable and arithmetic, comparison, logical operators. So for the three example, how they work together. So mastering these basics will help you build more complex Python program in the future. Okay,